Hey guys, so I know it's been a while. I have some new things going on, I guess. Like for one, I have blue hair now, and I have a new set of piercings on my ear. Okay, if this works. Yeah, so I have a new set of piercings. I have been like super busy and just like unmotivated with certain things, but I'm just like here I am now. So I'm just gonna be doing my little routine and that's including with the shaving, and then I'm gonna use this thing right here, this thing again, just to see what it does, and then we'll go from there. But in the meantime, I'll give you a story time after I'm finished with all of this, and then we'll see what happens from there. Okay. Okay. I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay. So I'm just gonna show you guys what I do again, cause why not? I don't know what else to do. I'm running out of ideas. I'm not gonna lie, there was so much that I wanted to do and like show and just like, be cool, be chill and all that stuff and film some of this stuff. But when you're busy at work, you just kind of like say forget it and then you just don't do it. And that's kind of what I did. Um, I kind of have to be quiet. I kind of have to be quiet because my siblings are falling asleep right now, so I just kind of have to be quiet. But I just kind of realized that I have to. Oh my god! I think I just cut my hair. I didn't mean to cut my hair here. I think that was an accident. But I am gonna tell you a little story time, just because I can and I kind of want to. Since you might get some ASMR of me shaving, I'm not gonna lie. It might be nasty and gross, but oh well. You gotta deal with it and live with it. Period. And that's it. So um. Let's see. The last story time that I told you was about those friends and then about McDonald's and unemployment. Let's see. What else can I give you? I didn't realize how much concentration I needed when I was doing this. I'm starting to razor shave my actual hair, and I'm kind of getting nervous because I should not be doing that. Like I'm trying to get everything else but my actual hair. You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh my god. Let's talk about school and talk about how my brain works. So you'll kind of get like a little bit of an insight of how my body likes to work. Well, not my body, but just like my brain in general. With certain situations and all that good stuff. So when I was in elementary, I I'll just tell you this. Pretty much my whole life. I mean, even to this day and age, but I've learned to just kind of like not listen to it and just kind of not care anymore. To this day and age, I've always been bullied, right? I just seem to be like that easy target for people to like, oh, I'm gonna bully you today, because you just seem like that easy type of person to bully. And don't get me wrong, back in the day, when I say back in the day, I mean like elementary or whatever, that used to bug the crap out of me, you know? And it wasn't only, at school, it was other things too. It was family, not like my mom or my siblings or anything, or my dad. It was mainly just like other family members that I'm not really close with. which is fine. Sometimes you don't need certain people in your life, I'm not gonna lie. And sometimes family is a whole different thing, and you can cut people off from your family if you needed to. If it's healthy, you know? And that's pretty much what I've done so far. I don't really speak to a lot of family, I'm gonna be really honest. There's only certain people that I do talk to, and, just kind of check up on. Not everybody, of course, because, family is like a crap ton of people. Like, no one told me that, I was gonna have cousins on cousins on cousins on cousins, and like great aunts, great uncles, all that good stuff. Literally, the only people I've ever known are like, let's see, like maybe two uncles, one aunt. No, pretty much three uncles, two aunts, and then of course a grandma, and then no, two grandmas and one grandpa. But that's just because people were either dying, dead, or all that good stuff. So not everyone did I meet, and a lot of like not the descendants, but like the family tree of certain family members. Like let's say on my dad's side, I don't really know anyone on my dad's side. Same with my mom's side. The only people that I know are like the brothers and sisters, and then like of course our nieces and nephews. Like that's like normal stuff. But like when it comes to like different people that didn't come from their mom or dad, then I'm kind of like, I don't know who the heck you are at this point. And that's totally fine. That doesn't bug me. It really doesn't. I think the only thing that bugs me is when we so happen to meet them all of a sudden, and then they like to be a certain way and kind of judge you a little bit, and then just kind of give you the stink face most of the time, which is really stupid because you're kind of like, okay, well, one, we're family. You sure we may not know each other, but why the hell are you gonna act like that? You know, like you can be as civil and as nice as possible as you can and want to be. But there's only so much you can do when people pretty much strangers. I wouldn't even call them family. I just call them strangers because I don't know them, of course. So that's just a lot of that, right? And then I'm gonna be really honest. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about anymore. um, so pretty much like, oh, okay, I remember. So I was talking about like my brain and how it works and all that good stuff, and like judgmental people, and being bullied pretty much my whole life up until recently, actually, because I've only had selective people that I chose to like be close to and talk to. Um, so it's kind of like it doesn't happen as often as it used to, but when it did suck. It did back then. And then you know, a lot of even like adults, even when I was a kid, like full grown adults, like teachers, I'm talking like 50, 40-year-old teachers, 30-year-old teachers, they would like make it like they would take time out of their day instead of teaching and like all that good stuff. They would take time out of their day just to come to me and say something so stupid and disrespectful. Like what the hell, you know what I mean? And I'm just one person out of like all the people you could have, like, okay, not to be one of those, but like out of all the people you could have chose to say that stupid crap to, you decide to say it to me, you know? And I'm wondering, it kind of makes a lot of sense because I was nice and I'm still nice to this day, I'm still like, oh my God, I'll do anything for you type of thing. Like, yeah, go ahead. Take advantage of, oh, that sounds completely gross and disgusting. I didn't mean it like that. What I meant was like, go ahead and just like, I can't even say that either because that sounds really bad. Okay, so like, how can I explain this without it sounding really bad? Pretty much like use and abuse me, but not in like that way. I mean it like as a use me for um, I don't know, use me as a punching bag, I guess, and then like, you know, that sort of stuff. That's all pretty much I can say. Mainly, it was a lot of verbal stuff. It was never like physical. There was maybe like one encounter where it was physical. That was a really long time ago. Kind of forgot about that. It's kind of scarring. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. See, this is the thing. I can't tell if it was because of me that the reason why that happened, or if it was just because that person just didn't like me. Basically, it was something to do with like these stupid Lego blocks, and I asked, "Hey, can you make me something?" Because like they were making this really cool thing, and I wanted to like join in or whatever. And they're like, "No, don't." And so I was like, "Oh, well, okay, no, that's fine. Can I see yours then? Like, can I just like see it really quick and I'll give it right back?" And that's how I've always been. Where I'm like, "Oh, can I see it? Like, admire it, and then give it right back." I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, take it," and be like, "No, you can't have this back." I'm trying not to cuss anymore. I'm really trying, but it's kind of hard not to because that's just what I'm used to at the moment. But I'm really trying, guys. Um, and so he said no, and I was like, "Oh, okay, no worries." Well, I thought he was done with it because he had gotten up and left. Like he left all of the stuff that he made on the floor pretty much. So I was like, "Okay, well, he's done with it. Let me see it really quick. I'll put it back. I'm not gonna do anything crazy with it. I'm not gonna try and break it because that's one thing about me is like if you let me use something or anything, I'm not gonna like break it because that's messed up pretty much. So I just like I was literally I picked it up. I was just looking at it. Let's just say this is the Lego thing. It almost looked like a Transformers thing because that's what it back in the day. That's okay. I can't keep saying back in the day. Back in my time, I don't know if that sounds worse. When like Transformers was out and all that good like cool stuff, when it was like, oh my god, Transformers, that's so amazing, that's so awesome. He made it like kind of like that. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. So we'll just say this is it. So I'm like looking at it. I pick it up, I'm looking at it like, oh my god, that's really cool. I go to put it down. But as I'm about to put it down, he sees me touching it, I guess, touching it because whatever, but I thought he was done with it. Anyway, so what he does is he comes up to me, he starts yelling at me, and then he grabs my head because we're sitting on the floor, or I'm sitting on the floor. He grabs like my hair and my head, and he shoves me to the ground, right? Shoves me to the ground, and then this bitch literally gets on top of me because I'm like on my stomach, right? And then he grabs my head and he starts banging it against the fucking floor. Ugh, I'm sorry, that's a bad word. On the floor, he starts, banging my head on the floor, and I was like, "What the hell?" And I'm trying to tell him, stop, like, stop, stop, stop. I still can't believe that I remember this, but it was like such a vivid thing that of course I'm going to remember it. So he's doing that. And then my teacher sees what's going on and pulls him off. I didn't realize I was bleeding until like later, but it wasn't like anything like horrible. It wasn't like serious damage or whatever, but it was basically just like like, like if you scraped skin off, pretty much like if you got a rug burn, because that was like pretty much what the floor was made of. It's like this nasty rug, like carpet, whatever it was. But over here, it was like all like, rug burned or whatever. So I was like, dang, whatever. And then after that, it was kind of like, that was the only physical thing that's ever happened to me before. I was like, dang, what the hell? And of course, like when you're a kid, you're going to cry. So of course I cried. I went to the nurse's office, I believe. And then I came back to the classroom. My teacher made him apologize. He apologized. And then that was that. So that was the only physical encounter. Everything else has always been verbal, whether it be something about my appearance, the way I acted, the way I spoke, how I spoke, and just like stupid, stupid stuff, And it wasn't just like kids in my grade, it was also teachers too. And then I would get a lot of judgmental looks. And it was kind of like, what the heck did I do this time? You know what I mean? So it was like mainly stuff like that. And then, as I'm growing older and then like family comes in and their friends or my parents' friends or something, or my siblings' friends. It was a lot of, why are you acting like this? Why are you this way? This is, because me as a person, I'm still trying to figure out who I am. Everyone still has their moments where they're still trying to figure out who they are. And, it takes time. You're never going to truly know who exactly you are. And if you do, good for you. Tell me your secrets, at this point. So there was a lot of stuff like that. And, it would really bug me a lot. And I would shut a lot of people out because it was kind of like, well, if they're going to be talking like that to me, I'm going to be thinking everybody's going to be talking to me like that, and thinking of me certain ways. And I'm kind of like, well, dang, I'm just me. Can I not just be me? And then I would start feeling like I was being fake, because I'm trying to make other people happy and doing certain, like acting certain ways that they would think that a normal boy would be acting like. And, it's just stupid stuff like that. To me, it kind of irks me a little bit thinking about it because, like, sometimes I'm like, why didn't I speak up? But the only reasons why I didn't speak up was because I learned to be respectful. My parents engraved that in my brain. It was to be respectful. Sometimes I kind of wish that wasn't engraved in me because there's times where I wanted to be like very disrespectful back. It's like I see people now when someone says something to them and they don't like that, of course they're gonna be like, bam, they're gonna say something disrespectful back. Either that or they're gonna be like, they're not gonna take that. Here I am, respectful. I'm like, okay, yeah, you say whatever you're gonna say, and then I look away, walk away, type of thing. But sometimes I've always wanted to be like, you know what? I'm gonna fight you, type of thing. Like I'm gonna beat you up, but of course I can't do that because I'm not a fighter. Me, a fighter? I could never, literally. So it was just stuff like that. And then, let's see. I So literally through like elementary through middle school, I think I changed like maybe like three times in elementary time. Like I changed different schools in elementary like three times, I believe. And then after that, it was middle school. Middle school wasn't the greatest for me, academically, and it just was not it for me. Like I did my very best. Of course, I still passed. I still graduated. And then, middle school was more like, of course, you're a teenager, you're learning new things. People are acting differently. Friends that you used to have aren't going to be your friends anymore because, they either changed into the cool kids or they just decided to grow up and not have certain people in their lives. So I was kind of like, all right, well, it is what it is. I've kept some of the same friends through elementary to high school. I can say that. There was a lot of people that I knew. I was friends with like pretty much everyone. It was cool. So, of course, I'm not going to be like, oh, you can't hang out with that person type of thing. Otherwise, we're not going to be friends. So, it was just like stuff like that mainly. And then high school happened. I was still struggling academically from like ninth through 10th. I think I was failing like maybe like two or three classes. I still somehow managed to graduate, and then I still somehow managed to pass college, which I'm very surprised with, which is kind of sad to say, but like honestly, I passed with flying colors in college. I was like, wow, I really did that. And it's just college is so different compared to like grade school. Like, I don't think anyone ever tells you that. Because in my mind, I thought school was still going to be like school, the way it's always been, type of thing. And yeah, I don't know. So it was just stuff like that. So when I meet new people, this is how I kind of think now. When I meet new people, I don't expect much. I don't expect people to like me right away. I don't expect people to talk to me or even like acknowledge me as a human being. That's how it's always been. And then I always expect people to like kind of judge me for certain things or whatever, the way I talk, the way I sing, the way I act, or just like anything. So I'm kind of losing my voice right now because I did karaoke earlier and I'm just like, oh my gosh, my voice is kind of shot at the moment. Um, but it's like mainly stuff like that. So that's how I've been thinking lately. Not lately, that's how I've always been thinking. I'm trying not to think of that so much just because as of recently, not many people kind of pay attention, is what I've noticed, which is fine. I'm used to people not paying attention, but to me, it's not normal to me. And it kind of sounds attention seeking, but that's not what I'm trying to get at or feel like. It's just I think I'm always so used to someone always saying something to me. At least one person saying something to me like stupid, like super stupid or judgmental, and then I'm like, oh, there it is again, you know. Um, so there's stuff like that. You know, of course, everyone's gonna deal with depression, anxiety, and like panic attacks, all that stuff. I didn't start feeling that. Oh, depression has always been there. I've honestly felt like I started depression from elementary to current days. I'm still working on it. I'm still getting help, which is fine. You know, everyone's going to need help. Anxiety, that didn't start until high school. Panic attacks didn't start until after high school. So it's always been like, yeah, I've been super anxious, you know, for like anything. And then it's just like stuff like that. So me as a person, if you ever meet me in real life, I'm either gonna seem standoffish, which is not my intention at all. I think that's just my face and my vibe that gives off. Not intentionally me trying to give that off. I think it's just because I'm so used to feeling certain ways and having to like feel like I can't truly be me or express myself, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I have to kind of just like be fake, be real, be fake, be real, be fake, be real. I give like little bits of me being real type of thing. And that's one thing that I'm really trying to work on and trying not to do anymore because I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be one of those fake people, you know. I want to be 100% real. Of course, if you're going to know me and we're close and all that stuff, you're going to know the real me. Of course, you're going to have to deal with me at this point. And I like to think that me as a person is pretty fun and cool and stupid in a good way or in a bad way, possibly. I don't know. But yeah, I like who I've grown up to be because I feel like it molded me to change compared to how I used to be. Because how I used to be was just really like, frick all of you. I don't care about any of you. Y'all are going to act like this. I'm going to act this way because, you know, I was so used to that at that point. And now I'm just kind of like, ugh, who cares anymore? You know, who really cares at this point? And when you think about it, when you get older, no one cares. No one really cares. Not only that, you have full control of your life because you're an adult and you know, you do what you want to do, you know, not this, oh, people are telling me to do this because of this and this and that. Like, no. Who does that nowadays, you know? Sorry, I missed some hairs. I could feel them on my face and it was bugging me. Okay. Well, surprisingly, when I shaved this time, it actually kind of came out really good. I'm not gonna lie. It was like it was meant to happen. Because I was gonna originally shave yesterday, or this morning actually, or yesterday, or whatever, this morning, whatever day it is right now. But I was so lazy too, and I was gonna be late for work, so I just said screw it and just went in. But I feel so much better now that I'm shaved. It's so hot here though. Like it's actually wild of how hot it is. But anyway, so pretty much the moral of the story is once you grow up and you're an adult, no one's gonna care anymore. You're gonna be your own person. You're gonna have the fun that you're gonna have. You're gonna make some new friends. And even if you don't make new friends, you're gonna learn yourself as a person and who you truly are. Whether you like that person or not, you always have time to change yourself and grow as a person. It's never gonna be like you're set in stone as a certain person, you know what I mean? So don't ever feel like you're stuck with who you are, you know? You're always able to grow and change as a person. You're never going to stop growing and changing, Some things in life happen, and then, you start changing and you grow in a different way. You learn new things, you see things in a different perspective compared to what you used to always see it as, which is really cool because I've seen it firsthand. My parents used to think one certain way and only believe in one certain thing type of thing. But as you grow older and, things happen, life happens, traumatic things happen, a lot of things change. Everyone's point of view changes, and sometimes we all can mold together and, just be happy. That's all we really want, is just to be happy at this point. And that's what I'm grateful for. I can say that. So, what I can say is just be you, be happy. Even if you're not happy, try to find little things that make you happy. Find people that do make you happy, that make your day a little bit brighter compared to what it normally is. And yeah, just go on with the day, go on with the flow, feel it, the vibe, feel what you feel. And don't ever like try to hold your feelings back for any reason. Your feelings are all valid, period. Like, it's 2024. At this point, everyone has a mental illness. At this point, don't be ashamed that you have something wrong with you. Just own it and grow from it, and don't let it win. Pretty much, that's all I can say. I don't know why this became like a whole different thing when I meant it only for it to be like a story time, I guess. But here we are. And honestly, I really feel like I got off topic, so I don't really know what I'm saying anymore. I'm really tired. I've been working a lot, so I'm like so tired. I'm dead tired, and this heat just doesn't make it any better. But yeah, so this is what I can give you right now at the current moment. I will try to film something tomorrow, or technically today when I start working. My brother will probably be in the vlog, honestly, because we both work together now, so period, So I'm gonna do that. And if I don't do that, then I'll probably come home and just tell you how my day went, I guess. I don't know. Or I might just leave it as this, to be completely honest. Like right now, I kind of want to give a better video, but at the same time, I'm giving you what I can give you as the person myself. There's only so much I can do because, when I'm busy and I need time for me. And don't get me wrong, I really like doing this. And I'm like really shocked how many people have watched my videos in the past few weeks, days, or whatever. I'm really shocked. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't really think that anyone was gonna watch my videos, which is completely fine. I don't care. I'm leaning against the wall right now because it's cool. Don't look at my stomach. Don't be weird, guys. Be respectful. Keep your eyes up here. Up here. Not down here. Up here. Thank you. Oh, I just hit my elbow. Almost hit my funny bone, but it was my elbow. I'm really hoping these mics work. I forgot that I was filming something earlier when I first opened these mics, and this facial gua sha, whatever the heck it's called. But I ended up accidentally deleting it because I don't know, everything just didn't seem right to me. So I was like, let me make it to my liking, because I feel like I was being too extra, and trying to really like not just be my authentic self. I felt like I was trying to be like someone totally different because I was recording a video. I didn't want that. So basically, I had ordered these microphones for the phone. Hopefully it works, and hopefully it sounds pretty good. And it's a little sensitive sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't even sound like I do have this on. I'm gonna be really honest. And then I got this thing. It's pretty cool. I tried it once. It's kind of scary because it kind of shocks your face a little bit, which is kind of unsettling. But I mean, it works. It does its job. It just makes your face like cleaner, And I guess it kind of molds your face into what your bone structure is. Sounds really weird, but that's the best that I can explain it, honestly. I got this all from TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. I saw it and I was kind of like, oh, I kind of want to try it. Because if it cleans your face better, why not try it? Try new things at this point. And that's what I decided to do. Okay, anyway, so this whole vlog didn't go as planned. It pretty much turned into how I am as a person. So you can kind of see me as for me just a little bit to kind of get an understanding of how I am and why I'm so shy if you do meet me in person type of thing, or I seem standoffish. It's not because I am being standoffish. It's not intentional or anything. It's just me being, I guess, defensive in a way. Or I just kind of like disassociate. I do that a lot. I disassociate. And it can seem like I'm being standoffish, but I swear it's not what you think. It's just me trying to, pretty much trying to not feel anxiety attacks all the fuck, all the freaking time, because it's a common thing. I can't handle it sometimes, so I just have to disassociate. And then people are like, "Are you good? Are you okay? Why you look so sad? Why you look so depressed? Why are you being so standoffish? Why aren't you talking?" It's because I'm trying to not freak the heck out and just be as respectful and as cool as I can. Because I'm, like I said, I'm one person. I'm messed up in the brain, but everyone is messed up in the brain. So that like it's nothing new. It's nothing shocking. It's just kind of like just be respectful. If I'm acting a certain way, it's probably because I'm trying to not freak out and I'm trying to think of other things to keep me centered and all that good stuff. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. I need to go to bed. I'm so tired. But I'd like to thank you all for watching my videos and, just thank you. That's all I can say. And I'm just going to be making videos based on how I feel and being as authentic as I can be because I really feel like authenticity. I think I said that right. Whatever I said before. I really feel like it gets you going a long way compared to not feeling your true authentic self and feeling like you're acting like someone else when you're recording a video or something else. Like when you don't feel like you're being you and you feel like you're being like someone else or acting like differently, that's when you need to stop and realize, okay, wait a minute. I am feeling like I'm not being my true self. I feel like I'm being fake. That's all I can say, pretty much. That's how I can say it to myself because like I don't want to be fake. I want to be real. So that's what I'm giving. I'm giving real right now. So I hope that's okay. And if it's not okay, screw you. I don't care. It's okay to me. And that's what I'm learning as I'm growing and maturing and aging. I'm learning. I don't care what anyone thinks right now. I only care what I think. And if I do start caring what people think, then that's when I stop. And then I just take time for myself and lock myself in my room and just like reevaluate and self assess. I'm saying some random words right now. I need to go to bed. I'm getting delusional at this point. But pretty much what I'm saying is if you're not feeling like your true authentic self, just take a step back and just kind of ask yourself questions and just kind of see, okay, pinpoint things like that is making you feel like you have to act a certain way. And once you pinpoint those things and, kind of just go over it and realize, hey, I'm acting this way because of this situation or because someone said something or because I feel like if I'm acting this way, I'll get more views or I don't know, something. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but pretty much just take a step back and just be your authentic self. That's all I can say. And that is all I will say. Other than that, thank you guys for watching my videos and for subscribing. If you want to see more, go ahead and like the video because I guess it supports me somehow. I don't know how, but I will figure that out later. But go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more videos like whatever the most that I can give you at the moment. It will get better, but at the moment, it's just this is all I can give you today at this time and moment. And I will update you guys on other things and give you another story time. I gotta think about more story times at the moment. I can't think of anything right now because, like I said, I'm delusional. But go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you feel like, oh my god, my brain just died. What was I gonna say? Oh, so sometimes I live stream on Twitch. I'll leave it on the link description below. Like I said, I'm giving you what I can. So if I'm filming this, I'm more than likely not streaming, but when I do stream, you can, get notified when I'm streaming a game or whatever. Keep in mind, my streams are not kid friendly. I say that respectfully, not like I'm saying something disgusting or anything, but my mouth is foul sometimes, and I'm trying to work on that. So that's why I say it is not kid friendly. And if that's not your thing, then you don't have to watch it. But other than that, if you do want to watch it, go ahead and come by down and follow and all that good stuff. Okay, I'm rambling too much. Anyway, thank you guys. Have a good one.